welcome back to our channel. I am Nez.
Welcome back. I am Ola.
Alright, so Bae over here has been absent from social media for about 30 days. So he missed all the action of me posting the video of us meeting on Tinder and being in a long distance relationship. So he's back and it's the perfect time for us to have the conversation about how we met.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I've gotten a lot of questions about did we really meet on Tinder and how's long distance relationship and you know, things like that. Before we talk about meeting on Tinder, one thing we always said that people ask us where we met, we always said that
we always said we met in Peru.
Right, right.
Peru.
And we kind of like, we used to X out the whole Tinder part, but since
not really X out, we just never went into details. Right. So I'm gonna speak for myself first. So my story is in February of 2015, I moved to Peru, Arequipa, Peru, and I made another video explaining why I made that move. But basically, I wanted a fresh start. I'm a chiropractor, for those of you who do not know, and I was working at a private chiropractic clinic. People there are so sweet. And I got a lot of attention in the beginning because a lot of them have not seen another black person before. So it was weird at first, but it was flattering. But after a while, I started really being homesick, like not seeing another I literally did not see another black person in Arequipa, Peru for another 4 to 5 months. So it was hard. So I think that's one of the reasons why I turned to Tinder. Just to see if somehow, somewhere there were other black people out there. I came from living in Atlanta and then spending almost 3 months in Ghana. So imagine coming from that to like not seeing no one for months, another black person for months. It was tough. So that's my backstory. So I played professional basketball overseas, so I just came home. So this time before I went to Peru, right, whole college teammate hit me up like, yo, it was good, like how would you like to go play with me in Peru? I'm like, Peru? Like, do they even play basketball over there? Anyway, so you know, he's like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be me and you on the same team. The coach, you know, we talked about the contract, everything is set. So here I am, like 2 weeks later, I'm on my way to Peru. So, you know, we just kind of, it's exciting a little bit if you think about it, but you know, I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, but I'm glad I went because I was able to meet this beautiful soul right here. So, so yeah, I go. I'm in Peru, in Trujillo. Whatever.
Spanish kind of rusty there.
Right. So yeah. I was there for like 6 weeks, and then 6 weeks. I was there for 6 weeks. So now we have to go to Arequipa. That's where Bae is staying. I got there on a Thursday, whatever, and then, you know, I was pretty tired. I went to bed, and then Friday, I'm like, well, what's in this town? Like, I'm trying to see what's up. Like, I'm trying to
look for somebody.
I'm trying to see. No, I mean, you know, and then, you know, we connected, or we matched.
Yeah, we met. Friday, I think the same day we matched, I left. So it was Friday evening. It was a 12-hour bus ride to where we were going, which is Huacachina, Ica, Peru. So 12 hours from Arequipa. Then we spent all day a wine tasting tour. We did sandboarding, a whole bunch of stuff. And that day I had a huge fall. I should probably insert it somewhere. I had a huge fall. Ooh. And I literally thought I was going to break my neck. Say this to say, right after, so we spent all day doing all those things, and then I took a 12 hours bus back to Arequipa. So by the time I got back, that was Sunday, like midday or something. So I was like, I'm done. I have work tomorrow. I am not doing anything. I'm just going to sleep. So I guess we were still having conversation that Sunday.
So yeah, so we finished playing on Sunday, and then we wasn't leaving till Monday night. I was like, yo, what's good? Like, what's up? So she was like, oh, well, I just got back from wherever she went,
right.
12 hours away. She's tired and she got work tomorrow. So like nothing is out. We leaving tomorrow night, you know, whatever.
Right.
And then she was like, what you say?
I was like, no, I wasn't coming out. I wasn't trying to see you, period. I wasn't trying to see nobody.
Yeah, she was like, oh, well, you could come to the office.
Exhausted.
All right, so after that, she was like, well, you could come to the office
No,
tomorrow.
it was the next day. So you asked me to come out on Sunday. I was like, no. The next day was the Monday.
Monday, right.
You were complaining about, he said he rolled his ankle in the
yeah.
game and then his ankle swollen. So I invited him to come to my well, not my office, my place of work, my workplace. It was like, hey, I could take a look at it, you know, maybe, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I was like, hey, you could come over to the office. I'm here all day, I'll take a look at it. And guess what? He was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't know you like that. I was pull up to the office, like, no way, bro.
So he stood me up on Monday. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not coming out there. I was like, all right. And then he was just like, well, we could still stay, you know, we could still communicate.
I was like, all right. So then, yeah, I'm like, yo, we can stay in touch. I'm going back to the States, like that week on a Wednesday. I'm probably going back to the States, whatever. Yeah, she was like,
I was like, bye.
Yeah. And then,
I was not interested at this point.
Packing my bags so I could get ready to head back to the States in like a few days, whatever. And then that's when, you know, my doorbell rang, and then, you know, come to find out, some of my teammates came, and then it was like, yo, we made it to the second round. I'm like,
Second round meant that he was coming back to Arequipa in 2 weeks, like the following weekend.
right, yeah.
So, so we was talking here and there. I was like, okay. I mean, but we were having small talk here. And so he came back the following Thursday, and we had, you know, plans to go out, because you came on Thursday night, and then the rest of the weekend, every day you had games, so you would not have been able. Yes.
It's like a three-day tournament.
So with that, it's fully packed. There's no way. I mean, we did kind of hang out a little bit, but we figured, okay, let's meet up that Thursday night, the same day he came in, and I picked you up.
You sure did.
I picked him up on the first date.
I didn't know anywhere. I'm like, I ain't going.
So I got in the taxi and I picked him up from his hotel. And then we went to the center of the town, and that's where we had our cute little first date. It was like
this tea date.
Yeah, so we went to a cafe. So it's like a Turkish cafe out there in Arequipa. And yeah, it was pretty. We talked until we got kicked out, but not kicked out.
We was there till like midnight. Yeah, we was there till like midnight. We was there for a minute.
And then when we were done talking, then we walked around.
We walked around, and then by that time it was like 12:30 a.m.
It was late, and I worked.
So you was gonna work the next day, and then you know had shoe.
Did I drop you back off again?
No, you didn't.
But the last day was the Sunday. Remember, you have to talk about. We thought we were gonna stay later.
Oh, so here comes Sunday, right? We played our last game. It was an early game, and then we was going back on Sunday night. So I was mad. I was kind of mad about that, because I thought we was gonna go back on Monday night, like we did the last time, you know. But we ended up going back on Sunday night. So I'm like, oh, I thought we was gonna have time to hang out on Sunday. But Sunday, like after the game, because it was an early game on Sunday. So I was thinking, oh, we can have the rest of the day to hang out. Maybe, you know, go get something to eat, or do something, you know. And then come to find out, we was living on Sunday night.
Like right after the game.
Right after the game. So
we literally just had time to like hug and say goodbye, and that was it.
Yep. So
and it was sad. A few minutes. Besides the Thursday, it was like a few minutes every day, but it was still nice. But the fact that he was gone, it was just like, oh, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, but to be honest, it was so funny how everything worked out, right? Because I was on, like, before I went to Peru, right? I was on the phone with my mom's, and then, you know, one of our friends was with her, and then she was like, yeah, let me pray for you. And then she asked me if I had a girlfriend at that time. I'm like, nah, I don't have a girlfriend. She was like, well, don't have a girlfriend, hold on, because where you going, that's where you're gonna find your wife. Like, okay. Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. So I didn't even take it serious. I'm just like, wow, she's a jokester. In my head, you know, it's like, you think I was really gonna go find my wife in Peru? Like, you didn't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking. But I ended up going there, and then, you know, I met this beautiful soul, you know, and then the rest is history from there. So
it is history.
come to think about that, that's like crazy. So
right.
don't ever play with the word
right.
of God sometimes.
Prayer is
you know?
powerful.
Like, yup, prayers are always powerful. So
yeah.
be careful with that. And then bags came back home to New York. I was here for like another 2 weeks. And then we, you know, I was like, yo, so after we still talking. At that time, I think we started talking on the phone a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started talking on the phone actually.
Right.
We started talking on the phone after you got off work. You know, and then so I came home. I was in New York for like 2 weeks before I went back to Europe. And then we started talking, and then from there I knew like she was somebody I wanted to see again. You know, she was somebody, you know, that I would like to get to know better. You know, and then that's how, you know, we didn't rush anything. We kind of just went with the flow.
Right.
So it wasn't even planned.
Right.
Because after I left, I'm like, well, if she ever come to the States, I guess we're gonna hang out. You know, I didn't think we was gonna like build or anything like that. I just thought like, well, she has my number. Maybe she come to the States, we could hang out. You know,
he was in my phone every day.
Oh yeah. I guess I was. I guess
I could go ahead and I could say that something that was special, because I honestly in the beginning I was just like, okay, whatever, it's another athlete, like, yeah. But one thing you said a lot in the beginning that like
I think what attracted us the most was the convos we was having.
The conversations mentioned a lot, because even from the beginning, even before we met, he always would say, I appreciate you. I'm like, what? For what? You don't know me? Like, what do you appreciate about me? And he always said, like, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I was just like, okay. But then at the same time, it was like, oh, I was like, that's cute. I never had somebody tell me out of the blue, like, I appreciate you. Yeah, so we basically, after that part, we basically just, like we said, we didn't plan. We just like, we just end up in a relationship. Right. Like one day he said, I love you. And I was like, what? Are you drunk? Like what? Like, and it just happened.
You clearly didn't say it back then.
No, I did not say it back the same time. I was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna wait a couple days, a couple months or something. I don't want to give you guys a quick summary of where we've been with our relationship. So in December, I went to visit him in Spain. He was jumping from one team to the next. We were happy about that. We were excited about it, but the journey of getting there was not pretty.
I was about to be like, nah, I ain't going no more.
He was so stressed.
I'm like, I had to pack all this stuff up within. It was
24 hours. He was even.
Right. It was within 24 hours. It's like, yo, we need your answer. Like, what you want to do?
We had plans. We were in Madrid, and it was Christmas. We had plans. He had days off, so we had to cut that short to go back to his place, pack up his stuff, and travel. It was far. How was it?
Oh man, we was going to Sevilla too.
Our plan was for me to be in Madrid the whole time.
Right. We already made plans. We was gonna be in Madrid the whole time. So we had to cancel everything basically. Right.
So it was Spain. Then I came back to Peru. Then he came to Peru at the end of May. So that was another like 5 months apart.
Yep.
Then we spent, you were in Peru for like at that time for a month or two, maybe max 2 months, and that was hard because that was like our first time. Remember in Spain when I visited him, it was just too much going on, so we didn't really get to spend time with each other. The 2 months in Spain, in Peru that summer in 2016, it was rough. Like we almost did not make it, y'all, but it was rough. Then he went back to Spain. Then I was still in Peru at that time. Then I went back to visit him again at Christmas. So that was another like 4 months apart. Then 2017, I moved to Honduras. He was still in Spain. Then you came to Honduras
during the
summertime, 1 month. So it's like a time block of like 4 to 5 months apart at a time.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
when we spend time, when I went to visit him, it's usually like 2 weeks. But when he came over for the summer,
It's like-
usually have his summer off.
Right.
Then we spend more time together. And Honduras, he spent like about a month before he came back to New York.
Yep.
And what we wait after that? After that, I came back to New York.
And then that was it, like basically.
2018, I visited you like twice. In
Right.
Spain again. And yeah, here we are, fast forward. So it's been a journey, but it's been a beautiful journey. I would not change it for anything in the world.
Yeah.
Like I said in my other videos, like we were both like going through our own personal growth.
Yeah,
So
for
being
sure.
apart was great.
best thing.
Yeah, it was the best thing. We supported each other. Like obviously we talk all the time. We supported each other.
We
but
became each other's support system,
Yeah.
basically. Because
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
both living like
in Spanish countries.
in Spanish countries, that's one thing, and then we so far away from our friends and family.
Right.
And
right.
then, you know, so we basically just became each other's support system and everything, and then we just went from there.
Yeah, and we were still doing this. He was still playing basketball up till right before Corona happened. So really right now it's like our first time. It's been what 3 months? Like being together, like actually living together and being in the same space
That's
for this amount of time, and it has been good for the most part.
Like we both just on quarantine and chilling.
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
But it's been good. Like honestly, it's basically how we made it here today. So we are engaged. We are getting married officially. To be announced. TBA.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. And yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to encourage the people? And do we have any encouragement for couples looking for love online or being a long distance relationship?
I mean, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You can always find it anywhere. Don't give up. Be open, and at the same time, know what you want though. Like, you know, that's very, very important to know what you want, because if you don't know what you want, then when you find it, you're not gonna know what to do with it.
Right.
But if you know what you want, once you find it, you could tell like, okay, this is what I want, and then you ready for it. So
Yeah.
that's just pretty much it. You know, like just keep going. You know, keep having faith, and then
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching. Ciao.
Bye.